Welcome to my channel, LB Plans. My name is Elle, and today I am sharing with you my planner setup for 2024. First, let me say welcome to 2024. If you're watching this, it is already 2024, and guys, we made it. Oh my God, because 2023 was just a year, but I'm excited to get into 2024 and to get in my 2024 planner. So let's start with the elephant in the room. I was cleaning out my office and going through some of my old planner covers, and I discovered this Foxy Fit Perfect Fit cover. Now I purchased this, I want to say in 2018 from Foxy Fix when I first started bullet journaling. I got a Stology A5, and I haven't really used it much since. The only regret that I had is that I didn't purchase the purple color that I had originally wanted, and I kind of pushed off. Then the pandemic happened, and then their shop closed. So it was kind of out of sight, out of mind. So when I found it, I was like, oh, this is perfect. Actually, for me, it's perfect for winter, spring, and summer. So I will be switching back probably in like September to the Coach cover. Yeah, it's just once I realized that this actually fit in here, I was sold. I don't know. So, and plus it has the elastic, so I don't have to worry about it getting too chunky, because I can do that. And this says breathe. I'm gonna see if I can clean it up a little bit, but it says breathe here, and she designed a life she loved, right? So yeah, I miss Foxy Fix. Okay, so this is my Wonderland222 A5 planner. This is the unstacked full year all-in-one version, so it's huge. One thing that I personally didn't care for, or never really cared for in general, is like the whole pocket thing. It's just too much for me. So just having this simple crisscross pocket works perfectly. And as you can see, I have the planner fit in both sides, so it is fitting in this planner. And think about this, like the only thing close to this back then was probably a Hobonichi, and it still fits, so that's a win. So I have a couple stickers. So I do have my Orca sticker. I don't know if I'm going to put it on there or not. And then I printed out some family meeting stickers. And then this cute sticker that I found at a local shop. Anxiety and caffeine are having a cockfight in my brain. It's just perfect. So yeah, the downside is that I wish I would probably, no, the pink. Okay, so let me step back for a second. If you haven't seen my part 1 setup, you'll see where I got a lot of the insert, a lot of the setup, like my tabs and stuff. So the tabs came from Estelle, and it's actually a pink ombre, and it worked really good with this raspberry cover. At least I think it's called raspberry. It may not be called raspberry, but it is the burgundy-ish color one. But then I went and I used this wallpaper that I found at the Dollar Tree. I actually used the same wallpaper last year, and when I was in the Dollar Tree they had it again, so I decided to do both sides and try to keep the geometric pattern because I just love it. So I did use the wallpaper here. So let's get into it. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Oh my God, that is so good. Okay, so I haven't wrote in my key yet. I'm still kind of playing with it, so it's on a transparent sticky note. But 2024 key, I will use this section here. This was part of the index page. It was unnecessary, but when I was developing and kind of putting everything together and creating in Canva what I wanted on my planner, one of the planner babes here, which is the bestie, come on, what is her name? I can't think of her name, but I will link it below, because on her community tab she had this quote, and it said, give yourself permission to live a big life, step into who you are meant to be, and stop playing small. You are meant for great things. And I love that, and I was like, let me figure out a way to incorporate that, so I did. Now this index side is blank for now. If I find a use for it, I will, but for right now I'm okay with it being blank, and I am using my index. So the first column I'm using for everything that is basically leading up to the monthly sections, and the second is the starts with the daily pages. So if you haven't seen my planner set up, you'll see how I kind of went through the thought process of splitting those pages up, how I did it with sticky notes, and then I just used the sticky notes once I kind of set the page up to set it in order for my index, if that makes sense. Yeah, okay, I don't know. Okay, so let's go through my section. So this is my PTO tracking, sick days, and when my husband calls out from work. This is the kind of like a separate home section, but the idea of using these quarterly pages is to track quarterly home things like big bills like that'll come out annually or semi-annually, just bigger events, birthdays, etc. A little pre-planning here for home life. So as you can see, I kind of filled some of that stuff in. Okay, and then I have my holidays here. Now, case in point, I originally had made this bigger, but when I cut it too thin, and so it is giving me this weird gap. I may cover it, I may not. It may not bother me too much, but these are the holidays and then the school board calendar. And then I was gonna put like a border here, but I realized school board's gonna change the calendar again, because that's what they do. So, or not change the calendar. I'm gonna get a new calendar in 2024 for the school year 2024 and 2025. So I'll just add it right on top. Also, I use the Elmer's tape runner. Tombow works great too. It is not forgiving, so once you place it down, you cannot remove it, similar to Tombow, but that worked a whole lot better than glue, because you'll see what happened when I tried to glue a page down. And so this is my tracking. This is where I'll do most of my personal tracking, whether it's vitamins, reading, personal care, weight, so forth. And I've used this in the past and loved it. So, and I'll just leave that as a notes page. So I put a sticker here over this because this was the page that I glued, and as you can see, it's kind of like wavy. So I didn't glue any more pages after that. So I left these 2 pages here because I will be doing a vision board. Hindsight 2020, I probably didn't need to adhere the extra pages over this because this was the monthly page for December 2023 that I just don't need to use, because I am going to print it out and probably put it on like a sticker paper, but we'll see, because that can still change. It's still a work in progress. Okay, so next is my goals page. So with goals, I kind of had, I stole an idea, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I got this from Sterling Ink, the goal breakdown, and I like how it had the someday, like the vision goals, 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. And so I got my main categories, and I am going to fill this out before the year. Well, by the time that you see this video, I've already filled it out, but I'm going to fill this out. But I just didn't see a need to share my goals. But hey, if February comes around and I have not showed you guys my vision board, call me out, because last year I didn't do my vision board. So if you don't see it, call me out. You will not hurt my feelings, because I need to get on that. I have a setup already kind of created in Canva, but like I said, if y'all don't see it, hold me accountable, because yeah, that's the whole thing. Okay. I enjoyed these pages in my 2023. So any 2024 event, I want to kind of do it like a brain dump style, like just maybe just write it in, just random. There's no way that it has to be set up. I think last year, let me see, there's my planner. For 2023, I kind of set it up a little. Oops, okay, see? Never did the vision board. So okay, so similar thing like what happened in 2023. I kind of had like these little boxes, but I found it a little restricting and people. So same thing, just a different format, because if I want to write extra, like a little blurb about certain things and what it meant to me, then I have that space to do it. So that's why it's more blank and set up this way. I try to stagger how I put my stickers so that I don't get the thickness on those ends, but we'll see how that works. Similar thing, soundtrack. I just wanted the open space. So This was my soundtrack and my books for 2023. So I only read, I think, 9 books, and my goal was 12, so I've missed it by 3. But I think my reading goal is going to be like 30 books. I'm still working on my goals. So I'm just going to go full in because I do enjoy reading. And I just had these breaks where I just didn't read anything. Movies and TV series, again, in my previous planner, my 2023 planner, I had the same thing, but I just wanted to give it room to just be whatever. My word of the year for 2024 is enjoyment, or enjoy for short. It just spoke to me to enjoy. I want to have enjoyment. I want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy my time here on this earth. I want to enjoy my time here with you guys. I want to enjoy sharing, living, experiencing everything. So my 2024 word of the year is enjoyment, or enjoy to make it a verb. So there's that. And then we'll start with January. My January play with me will be up next, so you'll see that. But I just kind of have my little sticky notes of what I want to make sure I put in here, reference back to my goals, and my overview would just be important dates, events, and goals and things like that. And then for each month, I went ahead and put this like cute little sticker I created for the month. I don't know, it's like my handwriting, so I liked it, but way neater. So yeah, so I will get into that. And then this is the setup that I think I'm gonna do. So I'm probably when I do my January, I'll probably go ahead and set up the format for my January planner. So there won't be a lot of weekly plan with me, so you might just see a monthly setup, and it'll include the weeks. I just feel kind of indifferent about saying I'm gonna be here on this date and this time on the internet. So it's a safety precaution. So it is what it is. Let me cut my heat down, because I am freezing when everybody else feels comfortable, but whatever. Okay, so we'll get into that. So that video will be up next, so come back for that. But like I said, every month I went ahead and I just kind of put that there, because I probably won't use that part of the monthly that much. And I will do a monthly reflection at the end of the month, and how I did on certain goals or whatever. So whatever the goals that are on the front, they will be referenced here, what I did, the good, the bad, the ugly, and then a reflection. So let's get to the creative part. So this starts the 370 daily pages and how I broke them up. So I started with events first, and I found this cute quote. Nothing is ever really lost to us as long as we remember it. I just thought that was perfect. So for events, there will be birthdays. It's very similar to my current planner now. Back to school. These are things that I kind of track and plan for. Thanksgiving and Christmas. So each of them get a dedicated 2 pages. And then we go into medical. I am empowered by knowing my medical history, making informed decisions, and taking proactive steps towards my well-being. That means a lot to me. So I want to, like I said, have enjoyment, but also take care of myself and others. So medical page. So medical encompasses a lot of things for me. So it's my benefits. I do have my plan is a plan year and not a calendar year. So my benefits don't start off annually or restart annually. They don't start until June. So whatever my benefit changes are, I like to do a comparison of what I currently have and what is changing. And then my HSA, I have a health savings account. So any incentives for the HSA will start off over here, and then I'll start a spending log of what I spend out of my HSA. Also what I'm contributing for the next plan year, and yada, 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 all those things. But probably a lot of that would be in the benefit change section. But and then here, I didn't put anything here, but I know I want to track, like make sure everyone, when people got their annual physicals, it also probably will be here in this section. But, you know, just the reminders, annual physicals, mammograms. I think my daughter has to get her second Gardasil shot, and I think my son has to get his Gardasil shot too. Ooh, okay. Flu shots, anything of that nature. I just want to keep track of it. Which takes me into the next section, is a sick log. I actually have a A5 dot grid book that I use for a sick log, but I want it in my planner. So this is the idea of trying to make everything in one book. I don't want to separate it and have to look for it when something happens. I just want to, if I have to grab this and find it, I can find it in here. So a sick log, I didn't dedicate many pages to it because I don't expect no one to get sick, nor am I putting that in the atmosphere, but I just wanted to keep that. So when your doctor says, oh, when these symptoms started? Oh, well, you know, it started such and such date. Case in point, my son has a sty on one of his eyes, and the doctor's like, how long have you noticed the sty? And I was like, well, I first noticed it on this date, and we started doing heat compresses on this date. It hasn't really changed. There used to be swelling. Like, I gave him a whole itinerary, and he was just like amazed because he was like, nobody really has that much detail. But I write it down. That way I can answer those questions. And same with me. If something happens or I started noticing something different, I write it down so I can have that information to share, because sometimes it's in those details of the reoccurrence that helps. So, all right. So next section is home. Home is not, I had two quotes and I couldn't choose. I put them both. Home is not a place. It's a feeling. Oh, that's just right. A house is merely a structure, while a home is personal and enhances your life, shaped with love. I just love that. And so home ideas, same quote from earlier before. And so this is like planning stages of things I want to do at my home, any projects I want to do, and how much I spend doing it. I only gave it one page because I don't want to spend a whole lot. I'm trying to use what I have and be more resourceful. But you know, sometimes things get a little costly. And then here is my budget section. And so my budget section, which the budgeting quote is, budgeting is not about limiting your freedom. It's about giving yourself the freedom to spend on what matters to you most, or what matters most to you. So now my budgeting section has a separate index. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I did pick up some of these little tabs from a local store. They fit really nice on the Tomoe River paper. They slide right on. But I kind of have my own like little budget index for that. And then these are the quarterly, this is my quarterly goal. So I want to be able to, like, on one side, track all like saving expenses and what went out and what came in type thing, and how I am meeting towards my financial goals. So I split it up into quarterly sections and then halved it. Yeah, these stickers actually came from Sterling Ink. It was part of her sampler. And so I used those and they work perfectly because I didn't have a purpose for them. So I was like, let me find a way to use it. And then these are just notes for me, like things that I need to pay off, because I believe this section is my payoff plans. And I will have to get on that since we're live now. All right. And then this is my January budget. If you haven't seen my budget with me, I will link it up above. But this is like my January budget. Overview, and then this is my paycheck budget for January, my first check in January, and then I'll do my second check, and then we'll start in February and we'll keep it going. So budget is next, and then after budget is journal. Journaling is a way to clarify your thoughts, process your emotions, and manifest your dreams. I thought that was beautiful. I do have blotting pages in the back. I keep those because I am writing with the fountain pen. I'm trying to get it accustomed to it, although I have a few more fountain pens coming. Shh. But they're not expensive, but, well, yeah, okay. So I will start with January, and my goal is to try to journal every day. It doesn't have to be long, even though I dedicated a lot of pages for journaling. My goal is to find the column here and kind of enhance it. I might just highlight it with a highlighter in between and just stay on each side, and then use the Sterling Ink weekly and just put the day and the date and just go. So I already started with January, and just to write, in the column, whatever. I want to journal multiple times a day, but I do think sometimes seeing a blank page can be overwhelming. So you want to kind of break it up and not make it, a thing. If the columns don't work for me, then I'll just do vertical. Is that vertical or horizontal? So if vertical doesn't work for me, I'll do horizontal. Sorry, my nose is itching. But yeah, so I think I gave like 200 pages, 220 pages to journaling, which is a little bit less than 365, but I don't have to write on the back if I don't want to. I can memory plan. I can do whatever I want. There's no format to it, and that is okay with me. And then I also dedicated a brain dump section. Sometimes you want to get ideas out on paper, but you don't necessarily want it on your dailies, or you don't necessarily want it in your journaling or your weekly. So I gave myself a brain dump section. So I dedicated about 2 pages per month. Putting your thoughts on paper can alleviate stress by externalizing concerns. It provides a tangible way for you to address managing your worries, making them seem more manageable. So I gave myself a brain dump section. And then the very last section is the sample section. So this is where I would put samples of washi tape, ink swatches, marker, test page, pen test page, all of that. So I've already started, and I have a couple pages dedicated to that, and then my blotting page is in the back. And that is it, you guys. I am super excited to get into this planner. I've had some anxiety with the setup process, just getting into it and making that first like scribble, write, or whatever in it. But now that I have done it, it's set up and it's ready to go. There's a couple more things that I need to finish, but they will be finished in January. Like I said, hold me accountable if I don't show you my vision board. And I'm just super excited to get started in the new planner and to get this new year up and going and, you know, make new memories and kick butt. If you guys have any questions for me, drop them down below. Until my next video, you guys take care, stay blessed, and be safe. Bye.